Jeffrey does shallow work at best. He says he works all day, but he constantly distracts himself with his phone and YouTube. At the end of the day, he hasn't accomplished anything of value, but he feels fatigued and overworked. Adonis does deep work. He enters a deep workflow that no one could pull him out of. He remains focused for a couple of hours, achieving more than Jeffrey does in an entire week. Afterwards, he rests his brain by meditating, journaling, and working out in nature.
Let's go, boys. This is gonna be the best front lever I've ever hit in my life. I can feel it. Boys, I think I'm looking fucking shredded, bro.
You can enter a deep workflow by having the exact same setup and shutdown ritual every single day, as well as making sure that your environment is working for you. I made a 30-minute class that you can watch for free on how to enter this deep workflow. In this video, we're going to cover it briefly. If you'd like to watch the full class, go to the description right now. The top link, it's a Skillshare class. You can watch it with the free trial without getting charged. And then if you want to be sneaky, 13 days into the free trial, you can go in and just cancel the free trial. You won't get charged. And also, on the same free trial, you can watch literally all of my Skillshare classes, and I believe there's like 5 classes which have been made for self-improvement, productivity, dopamine detox, social skills. Scroll down and click on the top link in the description right now to watch the full class. On screen right now is the setup ritual. It's my morning ritual that I do before I enter my deep workflow. I wake up, I immediately do some gratitude journaling. BOLT is a breath oxygen test. It's not really relevant for this. I have a cold shower, I meditate, I have some protein to start muscle protein synthesis, and then I start my deep workflow. It's the same schedule every single time, and by now, it just feels normal to me. It feels completely normal to wake up, to go through this routine, and then to end up here in front of my computer to start my deep work tasks. Now you can replicate that setup ritual to fit into your life. Preferably it'll be first thing in the morning attached to your morning routine, but it can even be later on if it needs to be. The important part now is to set up your environment. First and most importantly is going to be your phone environment. You must disable your notifications. Your phone must not come on or make any noise whatsoever. There's different ways to do this. Some people just grab their phone and throw it into a different room. Others can just turn their phone off. I keep my phone on the exact same settings all the time. So I have it on silent. I also have it on do not disturb. I also went onto the notification setting on my phone and disabled them to the point that they do still pop up, but instead of showing me who's messaged me and what the message is, you know, what they've messaged me, what details they've wrote down, it literally just says WhatsApp, Gmail, YouTube, so I don't get distracted by it. Next, you can also change your phone settings to make sure that it doesn't light up on screen. That's very important. You also don't want to see your notifications on the home page. We want to make it that if you do need to grab your phone in the middle of your deep workflow, because sometimes you do have to, we want to make it that there is no notification on screen that pulls you out of this flow state. And so make sure nothing pops up on your screen. Make sure that your screen doesn't light up and take you out of this flow state. And a very simple and easy tip that I've had is simply put your phone out of sight. Like just make sure you can't see it with your visual field right now. Make sure you can't see it. This is like my secret weapon, which has been one of the most effective things at increasing my productivity. Simply putting my phone on charging and then just sliding it underneath my bed covers. That's enough for me to even forget that my phone exists for the 3 hours that I do deep work in the morning. Also, a part of the environment is the data collection, which you can start right now. If you open up a new document on your computer, just write deep work and start to track down the data that we can start to manipulate, the variables that you could change to see how it affects your deep work flow. So for example, I wake up, I do gratitude, I meditate. The reason why I do these behaviors in the same step is because I've already tracked data to see if doing them would increase my productivity during my deep work hours, and it does. But you'll have to find it for yourself, because for example, I do my work fasted and I find that I do it so much better fasted. But other people I've spoke to tried it fasted and they were far more hungry and far more distracted than if they ate their first meal. So start your data collection documents and start to just change a few of the variables to see how it affects your work hours during the deep work tasks. And finally, part of the environment is to have a timer. I literally have one on screen right now. So I've been recording videos for 53 minutes. This timer is quite vital. We'd like you to work to a timer because it induces Parkinson's law. When you set on a timer, you give yourself a very specific deadline and you just automatically start being more productive, because I've got something right now that says you've got 36 minutes of work left. You've got 36 minutes to record 2 more videos. So I'm not going to mess around. After recording this video, I'm not just going to suddenly get up and go talk to my family or to go check my phone notifications, because I've got 36 minutes to record the next 2 videos. So I'm going to do that. And finally, the shutdown ritual has just shown up on screen right now. It's very important that you have a consistent ritual to end your work day. So this is the process that I go through at the end of my work day. Now, I end my workday on different hours because that's what my schedule is like. But in general, we'd like you to end working at pretty much the same time every single day, and then to go through the same ritual to fully end the workday. So the ritual for me is to review some of the tasks I've got, send the last few messages, and then to just double check my calendar for the next day, and then also to just say an affirmation, say a sentence which just acknowledges that, okay, I'm done with the workday. I'm not going to look at messages. I'm not going to look at emails. I'm now just a human. I'm not a coach. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just Hamza. Although this seems simple, this has been far more beneficial than it would appear at first glance. You'll find that in the modern day, you never truly stop working. You stop working, but then you're still in a work mode because you still take emails, you're still overthinking about it, because none of us are mindful these days. By getting into the shutdown ritual, you start to get away from that, and it feels like you recover better, you rest more, your brain feels like it just performs better. And so you end the day, you don't feel like you're in work mode anymore, you don't feel overworked, you go to sleep, you wake up nice and refreshed for the next blocks of deep work. So what's your life, especially your work life, going to be like if you just follow these 3 things? The setup ritual, the environment, and the shutdown ritual. Your production, what you produce, is going to increase significantly, but you're actually going to spend less time working. This is literally what we've always wanted, is more production, more success, but with less time needed. And this is what deep work does. Now, students struggle, and really just everyone struggles. Students struggle, businessmen struggle, people in career struggle. That's because they don't even get into deep work. We are in a disease of shallow work right now, where people think it's normal to check their phone in between their work hours. The slightest difficulty, the slightest thing that they can't immediately do, just straight to the phone. Because you're only checking your message, you're mouth breathing as well, but you're only checking your message for 3 seconds, sending a quick text whilst mouth breathing. You're only sending a quick message, so it's not that detrimental, is it? It's worse than being stoned. You literally may as well get high as fuck than check your phone through your work hours. If you're on a personal level with me, you'll know that I'm not exactly very active on my phone, and even I would say that I'm too active on it, and I'm too active because it's still part of my business to check up on people, but I'm still more active than I would like to be. If you find that you're one of those students or one of those guys in the career, or if you're the guy trying to be the entrepreneur, and it does feel like you're somewhat overworking, you don't exactly feel rested, you feel overworked, but you also feel like you're not really making as big progress as you should be. that it feels like your work hours are going and you're just not really achieving so much, deep work will change that for you. It will mean that you'll finish work on time. It'll mean that you will finish your studies by 6 p.m. and you'll actually be able to rest and unwind instead of being one of those dumbass students who continue studying until like 2 a.m. fucking up their health. This ritual will become a very consistent schedule of work, which I've found reduces that overthinking you get, which at least I get, which is it's like a sense of unknowing where you're at with your work, your production, and you also feel more confident and capable because you get more time to rest. So if you follow these three things, the setup ritual, the environment, and the shutdown ritual, you'll get into a very, very nice, consistent flow of work, a consistent schedule of work. And when you are working, you are going to find yourself slipping into that deep work flow far more often than you usually do, which is awesome, because when you're in that deep workflow, an hour passes by and it literally feels like it was 20 minutes. Please reconsider if you're one of those people who think that working all day, 14-hour study days is the better way. Just know that you are not only messing up your health, but you're actually not accomplishing anywhere near as much as you think, apart from the accomplishment of social validation and social influence and ego, is because you like telling people, oh, I study for 12 hours a day. But you don't. You study for about 3 or 4. It's just that you keep checking your phone and you keep having to reread the same paragraph again and again. So I'm going to tell you briefly about my experience going from a complete dumbass who just wasn't productive at all, this standard student, starting my work literally a couple hours before it was due, and even submitting assignments that were nowhere near the word count as well, to being on the dopamine detox, somewhat having a consistent schedule but not even knowing about deep work, to finally knowing about deep work and actually actively getting into the deep work schedule. I only work about 3 hours a day now. How awesome is that? Like, I only do like tasks like this, like recording videos, scripting videos, and these type of things related to YouTube for about 3 hours max. Then I take about an hour and a half of coaching calls. I'd say all in all, my whole day of work is less than 5 hours, and my production is insane. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Maybe this is my ego speaking. And future Hamza's going to watch this video back like it wasn't that good. Relax, younger Hamza. But I would like to think that my production's skyrocketed recently. The video editor, Sam, he can't even keep up. This is the 4th video I'm recording in a row right now. Like, I've recorded 3 videos before this. This is the 4th video, and I'm going to record 1 more video. Think of that right now. A YouTuber recording 5 videos in 1 sitting. Usually you'll hear of someone doing like 2, maybe 3. Like, I record 5 and I blast them up to like the little document that me and Sam have. He sees them all coming and he's still trying to edit a video from like 3 weeks ago. We're just waiting on him. Poor guy. When I was writing my story, it's a book that I'm writing, like a novel. I was writing on average 3,000 words in 90 minutes. 3,000 words in 90 minutes. I wrote a 70-page novella, 27,000 words in less than 2 weeks. And I was only working 90 minutes a day, and I also took a couple days off. And so I want to drill this into you right now. And I'm going to be biased because I have a course that I'm like trying to share to you. And of course, you know, if the YouTuber's made some, if the YouTuber's going to be making money from it, they're going to be like, oh, but by the way, guys, even though it's sponsored, I was using this thing already. But deep work is the lifestyle that I think you should be getting into. For the last year or so, I've dove deep into productivity, trying to find the best system of output to create this life for myself. And deep work by far, in terms of the work hours, has improved it the most. Because in general, it's the idea of working as little as possible, little hours, but very, very focused, determined, disciplined hours of like 3 to 4 hours max. And then spending essentially the rest of your time to recover from that, to set yourself up for a better deep work tomorrow. This is the business lifestyle that I truly, truly am grateful for. I have so far sent the class that I've made, the Skillshare class, I've so far sent that to now 8 people. And all 8 people, they're going to be biased because I've sent it to them, so of course they're going to say like, wow, Hamza, that's really good. But all 8 people not have just told me, they've all told me it, but I'm not going to count that, but they've shown a significant increase in their productivity. So if you'd like to see the full 30-minute class of entering this deep workflow, and you can watch it for free as well, scroll to the description right now, click on that Skillshare link, and you do have to put in your card details and take the free trials. I know it's a bit of a hassle, but along with that, you get to watch all my courses, get all that knowledge, and also watch like literally every other course on Skillshare as well. And then you literally don't have to get charged if you don't want to keep the Skillshare membership. And you could even consider keeping the membership if you want, because it's literally like pennies. It's a couple of pounds per month. Scroll down right now, click on that link, and you can just see the page and you can see the little intro I've made for the class. If you'd like to get my free one-to-one advice on any kind of problem you're experiencing, especially if it's related to self-improvement, you can scroll down right now and go to the second link in the description to book a little chat with me. It's not a sales call or anything. It's literally just like, I like having friends. So if you just want to be my friend and you want to speak to me about your problems, I'm not going to try and sell you anything if you want to do that. If you just want my advice with something. Now, if you do want to pay me and you want me to be your self-improvement coach, if you want me to hold you accountable every single day and give you your own individual plan of self-improvement, you can go to the second link, or the third link now in the description, for self-improvement coaching. All of the details are right there. If you just scroll down right now, click on the link that you want. And finally, if you want to see more videos from an unconventional small YouTuber, I suggest you scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification buttons, and you'll get messages for my next videos when they get uploaded. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.